following story depicts what would happen if a space marine from the Blood Angel chapter encountered the animatronic horrors from Five Nights at Freddy's. Let me know in the comments what creatures or villains you'd like to see Warhammer 40k Space Marines battle next. Also, consider liking and subscribing. Earth, once the heart of humanity, now a graveyard of forgotten places. In Sector 44 North, buried beneath ash and ruin, sits a structure long abandoned. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. It was meant for joy, for laughter, but something foul took root there. Something that refused to die. Brother Lorian, a space marine of the Arachi Blood Angels chapter, an experienced veteran of 1,000 wars, was sent to investigate a strange psychic pulse echoing from the old Earth colony. He expected cultists, maybe demonic activity, but that wasn't what he found. The arrival. Lorian walks toward the ruined pizzeria. The neon sign flickers overhead. Wind howls through broken windows. The building creaked with age. Lights flickered without power, and the smell of oil and blood lingered in the air. Lorian pushed open the steel-framed doors and stepped into the past. Tattered party hats, rusted tables, a stage covered in dust. Then, a sound, a mechanical whine. Something moved. Act 2, the first enemy, Bonnie. At the kitchen corridor, distant metal footsteps were heard. Then a flash of purple. Bonnie, the animatronic bunny, a thing of wires and rage, charged from the shadows, mouth unhinged, a guitar clutched in one hand like a weapon. Lorian didn't flinch. He spun and struck. One blow from his power fist crushed Bonnie's shoulder. The second cracked the machine's skull like glass. The body twitched, then went still. Lorian scanned it. Not just machine. There was a presence, a trapped soul, screaming behind those eyes. Act 3, strategy and shadow. In the security office, ancient monitors flickered to life, displaying fuzzy images of dark hallways. The layout was simple. 2 halls, a dining area, storage, pirate cove. But the danger moved. These machines hunted with purpose, patterns, traps. Lorian studied the ancient monitors, tracking these forgotten mechanical horrors like a hunter. Lorian wasn't just stronger, he was smarter, and he was ready. Act 4, the pirate, Foxy. At the hallway near Pirate Cove, the lights flickered and then fell silence. At 0217, the silence shattered. Foxy, the pirate animatronic, sprinted from the shadows, his hook scraping the wall. Its eyes glowed red. Faster than the others, cunning and dangerous, Lorian thought. Lorian quickly ducked. Foxy's hook slashed overhead. The space marine drove his knee into Foxy's chest, then used his chainsword to rip through the animatronic's torso. Sparks flew out as static and screaming filled the air. Foxy let out a distorted scream, not of pain, but of hatred, then fell, face first, into the dirt. Act 5, Trapped by Chica. In the dining hall, confetti and plastic cups were scattered. A yellow figure stalked from the shadows, observing. Chica, the chicken, patiently and strategically moved through the vents and shadows. She didn't charge directly like the others. No, she waited. When Lorian entered the dining room, the doors sealed behind him. It was a trap. Lorian heard the sound of hissing. It was gas leaking in through the vents. The gas was a neurotoxin. However, blood angels are resistant. They're trained for war on poisoned worlds, so this trap had no effect on Lorian. Lorian, determined to flush out the enemy hiding in the shadows, ignited his flamer and let its holy fire roar. The flames spread across the floor, causing Chica to rush out from cover, screeching as the fire consumed her. Her voice howled into static. Her metal limbs melted into the floor. One more down. Act 6, the final battle. Freddy. The stage, illuminated by a single spotlight. In the center stood the final animatronic. Freddy, standing still, motionless. Freddy Fazbear, the leader and the last of this abhorred gang, yelled Lorien, his voice echoing through the empty room. Freddy didn't speak, he just stared, as if remembering every soul that died here, the thought of which brought Freddy joy. Suddenly, Freddy steps forward. The floor creaked with the weight of the heavy bear animatronic. Then, without warning, he charged at the Blood Angel. Freddy's claws slash at Lorien, causing sparks to fly. As Freddy's claws contacted Lorien's armor, Lorien's chainsword was knocked from his hand. In a quick motion, Lorien grabbed Freddy with both arms. It was now strength versus strength. They struggle. Freddy manages to lift Lorien off his feet until Lorien headbutts Freddy, disorienting him temporarily. Lorien then tears out Freddy's core with his hand. A pulse of psychic energy floods the room. Lights explode, then silence. The aftermath. It's dawn. The pizzeria smolders. Lorien stands over Freddy's remains. It was over. The animatronics were destroyed. The building purged. But he knew the truth. This wasn't technology gone wrong. It was machines' possession by the tormented souls of children. Souls that were now banished to the warp. Lorien called in an orbital strike. The entire site was reduced to ash. Epilogue. Lessons in darkness. Lorien walks into the sunrise, cloak fluttering behind him. Not all evil wears horns. Not all battles are won with armies. Sometimes the darkest nightmares are found in the smallest corners of forgotten worlds. But no matter how deep the darkness goes, the Emperor's light will find it. Let this be a warning to machines that think they cannot die, and to spirits who think they cannot be judged. Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, cleansed. Sector 44 North, secure. Blood Angels, casualties, none. The Emperor protects.